So I'll be reading the statement and also adding some other information as well. And I'll be inviting some of our guests in front here to also speak up on the issue. Gerakan Masukkan ISA strongly condemns the use of the Internal Security Act on the 58-year-old editor of popular news portal Malaysia Today, Rajapetra Kamarudin, Sin Chu Jipoh journalist Tan Hung Cheng, and Member of Parliament Teresa Kok. Popular blogger Rajapetra was arrested at about 1:10 p.m. yesterday. This is the second time he has been detained under ISA, which allows for indefinite detention without trial. His first arrest under this draconian security law was on 11th of April 2001, and he was released after 53 days in detention. Rajapetra's popular blog, Malaysia Today, has been the most popular blog in Malaysia for its courageous reports of corruption and abuse of powers by various authorities and government leaders. Tan Hung Cheng is believed to have been arrested due to her report of the racist statement made by Ahmad Ismail, a member of the ruling party, the UMNO, and as we know, he has been suspended for 3 years. Ahmad was reportedly making a statement that Chinese Malaysians are squatters in the country, and Tan Hung Cheng was the reporter that covered the statement made by Ahmad. She was arrested. Tan Hung Cheng was arrested at around 8:30 p.m. at her home at Bukit Mertajam, Penang. Member of Parliament of Seputeh and Senior Executive Councillor of Selangor State Government, Teresa Kok, was also arrested under the ISA yesterday at about 11:18 p.m. when she was on her way back to her apartment. Teresa Kok has been in the news recently, especially in the Malay dailies, after it was claimed that she had told mosque officials in Kota Damansara, in Sri Serdang, and also in Puchong Jaya to tone down the azan or the call for prayer. However, Teresa Kok had denied the allegations. It could not be immediately ascertained if her arrest has anything to do with these claims, because as you know, anybody can be detained under ISA on the guise, under the guise of national security. So they may be just telling you that rather than the exact allegation being made on the person. These ISA arrests have came in the midst of power struggle within the UMNO, the aftermath of the worst electoral performance on March 8 and the humiliating loss in the Permatang Pauh by-election, which was won by Anwar Ibrahim, former Deputy Prime Minister and currently the de facto leader of opposition party People's Justice Party. Since the general election on March 8, Anwar Ibrahim has vowed to get members of parliament from the ruling parties to cross over and to form the new government on September 16th. So we have a feeling that the recent arrests might have something to do with this notion of 916. There's a notion that people are saying that perhaps in order for them to subdue, the government to subdue September 16, they have to have certain issues. They have to make certain, environment where it's not so conducive, it's not stable, so that 916 could not materialize. The use of the ISA is totally unjustified and indefensible. It only goes to show that despite being a member of the United Nations Human Rights Council, the Malaysian government pays scant respect to human rights. The use of the ISA by this government that is on the verge of collapsing is a desperate measure to create a climate of fear among the citizens, to crack down on dissidents on flimsy grounds of national security in order to cling on to its powers. Clearly, it is the security of the ruling parties that the government of the day is defending with the ISA. But however, we are dealing with the detainees or with the arrests now. So JMI is obviously extremely concerned about the well-being of the detainees. The history of the ISA reveals that many detainees were subjected to torture, inhumane and degrading treatments, especially during the first few weeks, or even more, actually even during the first few days of detention. The ISA provides for preventive detention without trial for an indefinite period. It violates fundamental rights such as the right to trial, the right to legal counsel, the right to defend oneself in open court, and the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. It goes against the principles of justice and undermines the rule of law. So in this respect, it is in this respect that GMI will be holding a vigil. Will be holding a vigil tonight on the 13th of September 2008 at 8:30 at Bukit Aman, Kuala Lumpur. GMI wishes to encourage people to come in numbers and in solidarity to signify the voice of the people that no one should be detained without trial, irrespective of race, religion and ideology. It is a vigil, it is a non-violent assembly of people who would be gathering together to show their solidarity, to show that no one should be treated inhumane, that no one should be detained without trial, that we should be having no such thing as this law of ISA. We will also encourage people to wear black and red tonight and every Sunday as a sign of protest for these detentions. And in actuality, GMI had actually made an announcement earlier when we had a program in Stadium Melawati for every Sunday for everybody to wear actually black and red to signify protest against ISA. In commemoration of also the Mooncake Festival, which is tomorrow, we also encourage paper lanterns design to signify no ISA signs or to signify the names of detainees at the lanterns. So this is something which actually anybody can do, and we hope that when you put up a lantern tomorrow during the Mooncake Festival, you can also signify that by writing names on the paper lantern of the detainees or just by saying that no to ISA. So I think this is a simple thing that perhaps people can get involved and actually doing. And we have also other actions, because we had a discussion this morning with a lot of the NGOs. I think more than 20 NGOs turned up in our meeting this morning. And I think it is a sign that change is inevitable, that people are against ISA. This is something which is sesuatu yang kita seharusnya kerajaan seharusnya pelajari, lesson learned from the general election, from the by-election of Pematang Pau, that the people have said that you have to do away with such laws that curtail the freedom of the people, that curtail the rule of law in this country. So bagi kami, to us, we wish to call upon the government to first provide and ensure protection to all the 3 detainees. Secondly, to allow legal access to the detainees and family members within 24 hours. And third, to release them immediately or charge them in the court. GMI also takes this opportunity to urge the Human Rights Commission, Suhakam, to condemn the government's action. And we also call upon the people of Malaysia to come together in solidarity to demand for the abolishment of ISA, the release of the 3 detainees and all other ISA detainees or charge them in court. Because not forgetting, while we are actually focusing on the 3 detainees currently, and perhaps there are some people saying that many more will be detained, there have been people who have been detained for more than 7 years under ISA. And it's still going on. So I think we have to also be reminded that yes, we have to fight for the freedom of the 3 detainees, but we also have to fight for the freedom of all those that have been detained under ISA for the past 6 to 7 years.